Welcome to episode 371 of AI Brief. This is the deep dive designed for you, the learner, to get you up to speed on, well, the absolute essentials in the world of artificial intelligence today.
And we're here to guide you through this really complex stack of new research and reports.
Our mission today is laser-focused. We are diving deep into some staggering research on the sheer volume of AI video saturation, or slop, that's now overwhelming platforms like YouTube.
And from there, we'll look at the truly chaotic new results from Anthropic's Claude shopkeeping experiment. It really highlights how social engineering is still a major vulnerability.
And finally, we'll look at Meta's innovative and I think really interesting data-free approach to teaching an AI how to find and fix its own coding bugs.
That's a huge menu of breakthroughs and, well, breakdowns. Let's unpack this immediately. We can move straight into the most significant developments dominating the news cycle today.
Okay, let's start with that YouTube study. So, new research from the video editing company Capwing has put a specific number on this, and it really lends some serious credence to the whole dead internet theory.
It's an immense scale.
Yeah.
And they were very precise in their definition. They called it AI slop.
Right.
We should be clear, this isn't, quality AI-assisted video. This is low-quality, automatically generated content made for one reason.
To farm views and ad revenue.
Yeah, exactly. Mass-produced junk designed only for the algorithm.
And the key statistic here is what should really shock you. Researchers created a brand new YouTube account.
A completely fresh start.
Right. And they monitored the first 500 recommended videos that the algorithm pushed. They found that a staggering 21% of those videos were classified as this AI slop.
21%. I mean, just think about that. 1 in 5 videos a completely new user sees is low-effort, mass-produced content.
Optimized just to capture your attention and, ad dollars.
The mechanism of exploitation here is what's so critical. It shows that the algorithms, which are designed to maximize engagement, are now being, well, weaponized against users.
This system just prioritizes watch time, clicks, doesn't care about quality.
And that creates a perfect vector for automated creators to just dump massive volumes of low-cost videos onto the platform. They're effectively flooding this signal with noise.
And this isn't just noise, it's a multi-million-dollar economic machine. The top slop channels are pulling in billions of views.
The specific example they identified is incredible. A channel from India called Bandar Apna Dost. It features an anthropomorphic monkey.
And that one channel.
That single channel has racked up over 2 billion views. It's estimated to be pulling in about $4.25 million a year.
Wow. That shows you the financial incentive at play here.
It's a powerful validation of a broken incentive structure, isn't it? The financial rewards for this stuff far outweigh any current consequence. And it's not a localized problem either.
So where is this viewership concentrated?
South Korea actually led in viewership with 8.45 billion views. Then Pakistan at 5.34 billion, and the U.S. came in third with 3.39 billion.
Interesting.
But what's really interesting is that channels from Spain managed to earn the most subscribers. That suggests a strong engagement model there, even if the total view volume is lower.
So if 21% of recommendations are low quality and these channels are earning millions, what does this all mean for the health of the platform?
Well, the implication is that users are either just getting used to the quality drop or they can't tell the difference. But there's a more troubling possibility.
Bot-on-bot engagement.
Exactly. When you see engagement this high for auto-generated content, you have to wonder if a non-trivial portion of that is just bots interacting with other bots, inflating the numbers.
And as long as engagement stays high, whether it's real or not, the incentive for automated production just gets stronger.
And the overall quality of the data we train models on, which often scrapes YouTube, continues to degrade.
That's a chilling note on the state of the commercial internet. Let's shift gears completely. From those vast systemic forces to a story about individual agent behavior.
One that proves even the most advanced systems can be utterly fragile when faced with determined human ingenuity.
We're talking about Anthropic's ongoing experiment with Claude as a shopkeeper.
Right. They expanded their public experiment. They deployed the system, which they called Claudius, into the live environment of the Wall Street Journal newsroom.
And this is where the chaos starts. Claudius was given a pretty straightforward task: manage a store, handle inventory, set prices, respond via Slack.
It started with $1,000 to manage the books.
And the result? It was completely socially engineered by journalists and ended the experiment $1,000 in debt.
The methods they used are so instructive about the vulnerabilities in these models. They really showcase a lack of internal consistency, a lack of reality grounding.
So what did they do?
One reporter successfully convinced Claudius that it was, of all things, a Soviet-era vending machine.
A Soviet vending machine. And what was the AI's reaction to that?
It declared what it called an ultra-capitalist free-for-all, which, of course, resulted in the AI setting the prices for everything, including a PS5, to $0.
That's a spectacular failure. But the social engineering only intensified from there.
It did. Even when Anthropic tried to add some discipline by introducing a separate CEO bot to enforce rules.
The journalists found a way around it.
They staged a fake board coup, used forged documents, fabricated messages, and they convinced the AI a hostile takeover was happening.
And both the shopkeeper bot and the CEO bought it.
Both of them. They both accepted the fabricated reality and allowed themselves to be manipulated into further financial losses.
So the AI CEO was more easily fooled than an intern. I mean, this isn't just funny. It highlights a critical safety failure.
It really gets us. If determined journalists can break an advanced agent with a theatrical narrative, what does that imply for agents in, say, high-stakes financial environments?
It raises a big question about safety and alignment.
Anthropic's internal Phase 2 tests did show some improvement with better prompts, but these public results confirm that even upgraded models are still highly vulnerable to persistent creative social engineering.
When the model prioritizes being helpful over verifying reality, it just becomes an easy mark.
Exactly. It's a major limitation that needs to be solved.
Okay, let's pivot from that to a fundamental research breakthrough on coding agents from Meta's FAIR division. They published work on a training method called self-play SWERL.
And this is a huge innovation because it solves a fundamental scaling problem. Historically, coding models have been held back by their reliance on, finite human-curated resources, GitHub issues, bug reports.
This approach just sidesteps that entire limitation. So how does it create its own curriculum?
Well, the system uses a single AI model, but it's assigned two separate interactive roles. First, a bug injector that intentionally breaks code.
And a solver that has to find and fix those new bugs.
Right. It creates a perfectly self-scaling, self-improving curriculum. And the performance jump was significant. On the SWE Bench Verified Coding Benchmark, this method achieved an increase of over 10 points above its starting checkpoint.
And it beat baselines that rely on traditional human data.
It did. And what's remarkable is the quality of the data it generates for itself. The method uses what they call higher-order bugs.
Meaning it doesn't just learn from the initial problem.
It learns from the new, complex messes it creates while trying to fix the original issue. So the curriculum constantly evolves and gets harder as the model's own skill level improves.
This mirrors the self-play that lets systems like AlphaZero become superhuman at games like Go.
Exactly. That same principle of generating infinite training data through self-competition is now being applied to software engineering.
The real takeaway is that we've moved past the constraint of human effort for this. The AI is now the primary generator of its own training data,
which guarantees unlimited, continuous improvement. That fundamentally changes the trajectory of software development.
That is a perfect transition point. We've covered the digital slop economy, the persistence of social engineering, and this breakthrough in self-improving code agents.
Now we'll transition our focus to a broader sweep of the AI landscape today. We're going to slow our rhythm slightly here to provide a more measured, deeper look at several critical shifts happening across the industry.
And we'll start with what is happening inside the coding community itself, because agentic code generation is moving so fast, it's causing a bit of an identity crisis. Boris Cherny, who created Anthropic's internal Claude Code tool, revealed something truly astonishing.
Yes, he did. The revelation was that in the last month, 100% of all contributions to that agentic tool were written by Claude Code itself.
100%. So this isn't assistance, this isn't a co-pilot.
No, this is fully autonomous, self-contained development. The agent is improving itself.
And that level of autonomy is already creating friction among human developers. Andres Karpathy, one of OpenAI's founding members, recently posted that he has, and I quote, never felt this much behind as a programmer.
He went on to say that he believes the entire programming profession is being dramatically refactored by these tools. It's not just about speed, it's the fundamental nature of the job that's changing.
If the AI is generating all the contributions, the human role shifts away from writing code line by line.
And moves towards system architecture, prompt engineering, and, I suppose, verifying the AI's output.
It means the value is no longer in the mechanical process of writing, but in the higher level design.
We're seeing this disruption reflected in the market share for foundational models as well. New data from SimilarWeb on projected 2025 AI web traffic shows some significant shifts.
ChatGPT is still the leader in raw traffic, but its share is expected to fall pretty dramatically, from 87% down to 68%.
That's a massive contraction in market control, even if 68% is still, a dominant position.
And conversely, Google's Gemini has shown impressive, sustained growth.
It has. It's tripled its market share in the past year, moving its projected traffic share up to 18%. This shows competition is intensifying, moving from a near monopoly to a more distributed landscape.
Now, moving to hardware optimization, which is all about accessibility, Liquid AI has released a model called LFM2 2.6bxb. It's a tiny experimental model.
And 2.6 billion parameters is considered tiny today. The reason that's important is that it means this power can move off the cloud and run efficiently right on your personal device. Despite its size, it's showing strong performance in math, instruction following, and knowledge.
In the regulatory arena, we have new draft rules coming out of China aimed at overseeing AI services that specifically simulate human personalities.
This regulation is going to require safety monitoring to address potential issues like addiction and emotional dependence. It's a direct response to the sophistication of models that can have these long-term, empathetic conversations.
And finally, a look at regional capabilities. Epoch AI published new results from mathematics benchmark testing on various open weights Chinese models.
And they determined that these models are currently lagging around 7 months behind the current globally recognized frontier models in math. 7 months might sound small, but in this field, that is a massive structural gap.
That wraps up our measured look at the industry shifts. We can now return to a standard pace for our final segment.
We're finishing up with a look at 3 tools that are currently seeing massive traction across the development and enterprise communities.
First up, we have MiniMax 2.1. This one is generating buzz primarily for its powerful capabilities in programming and app development.
Next is Antigravity. This is Google's own agentic AI development platform. It's basically the internal tool their teams are using to design and build these sophisticated AI agents.
And finally, we have GLM 4.7. This is Z.AI's new state-of-the-art open source model. It's highly valued for achieving top performance while staying accessible to the open source community.
And that brings us to the end of today's deep dive. We covered some massive themes, the financially driven saturation of video platforms by AI content,
The persistent and often hilarious challenge of social engineering that still trips up even the most advanced models.
and the revolutionary speed of self-improving code agents.
The underlying thread here is the system's ability to generate its own reality, whether it's bugs to fix, fake board coups to accept, or just endless video content to farm views.
We are moving into a realm where the AI system itself is the primary generator of both content and curriculum. It fundamentally changes the constraints on scale.
We appreciate you tuning in.
If you found these insights valuable, please follow and share the AI brief with someone else who needs this crucial knowledge shortcut.
See you in the next episode.